What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're getting Mike's car back on the road. Now, this actually isn't the first time we've gone to do this. We have already filmed pretty much putting this entire engine together, but we've scrapped all of that footage and starting again for one specific reason, which I will tell you guys about in a second. But Mike is currently about to jam his shaft in there.
Not the first, it's not the second, the third time. There you go. Cool. So while the can's been in twice now, we've had dramas, many dramas. So we got it all together the first time, and then found that it had a bent push rod. So we had to pull it apart again, and we'll just like the valve train, replace the push rod, put it back together again, and then I went to torque the cam bolt, and the threads in the cams stripped out. So I had to take we done that together. We had to take
everything back out.
Basically everything, yeah. Push rods, lifters, dizzy, fuel pump, chain, pulleys.
We'd pretty much gotten the whole motor together.
It was ready to start. I just had to torque the cam bolt and set the tappets, and shit happens.
So that stripped out last night. Filmed the whole thing, but obviously, yeah, that happened, and we're pretty much starting from where the video started from again. So I figured we'd just scrap all that footage and yeah, just start again.
So the cam got heli-called today so that I could try and get it going again tonight. So we are in the process of putting it back together again, and hopefully this time it just goes together and that's the end of it.
The good thing about us having taken it apart is there was this oil residue built up on the bottom here, and that was what was making these lifters super hard to get out. I went over it before with some Scotch-Brite and some CRC and got rid of it and cleaned those up.
When the bolt stripped out, I left the motor at a point where we can literally just put it all together, and it should be at the point where it needs to be. So I'm not going to have to muck around finding TDC, finding the firing stroke, etc. This should all just go back in. So I can test it now.
Yeah, I can attest to that. You were pretty pissed off last night.
Oh, just like, you wouldn't know unless you were doing it, but the amount of times it's been in and out, and then, like, I'm not even going to say anything there because I could strip something out. It was literally ready to go. I just had to set the tablets and torque the bolt, and then the fucking threads stripped out. Bullshit.
Oh, he's getting angry again.
I'm getting mad. Memories come back. Hopefully it should be all good now, but the good thing about this whole situation is I'm like not expecting much.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, well, like the amount of drama this thing's given me, I'm not going to be that mad if it doesn't run. Well, not run, but like if something holds us up, I'm going to be like, yep, that's about right.
Mate, this car is just trying to tell you something. It's just
I know, it doesn't want
13B swap me, Mike.
It doesn't want
13B swap me.
It does not want this motor back in it.
Mate, these lifters are coming in and out like a dream now.
So this tensioner's got a hole in the back of it. There's like a dowel on the block. So
I mean, that looks a bit straighter now. Yeah, you want to go the other way.
Yeah, so that's what I've already done. I'm surprised I actually recognised that it wasn't on the block.
I mean, it did look a bit crooked, but yeah, it looked straight now. So, good job. You picked it out.
Beers aren't doing nothing to me.
Where's the other one? Go. So my camera died mid-sentence, but I was about to give Mike shit for having two opens, but he reckons one was from last night. Yeah. That's still a bad thing because it means you didn't finish the one from last night. You wasteful bastard.
It's because I came home all excited and then I snapped my bolt and I was real mad.
See, most people, they'd end up drinking more if something like that happened.
Yeah, no. I need to be in a good mood. And there's plenty of time tonight for that to turn bad.
Mate, positive thoughts, positive thoughts. You've already been through enough with this fucking thing.
Yeah, well that looks like it's in the right spot. We're doing good. Tighten that cam bolt because that is the thing that f***ed me over last time.
Yeah, in case that strips again, we're going to take all this back apart, which it won't because that heli coil will be a lot stronger than the original threads. So the torque wrench that Mike used last night was not this one. This is now a very fancy snap-on one. This thing legitimately probably cost more than my Saphiro shell before the prices went crazy.
Yeah. This is pretty fucking cool. You can like digitally set it. And so they've got light bars as well when you're approaching the torque setting, which you'll probably see shortly, hopefully. So the torque setting for the cam belt is between 40 and 47 foot-pounds. So I'm going to go 40 because I'm scared as fuck. Tighten that gear down first before putting the tensioner on because now it's like cocked. Or will it just drive itself home?
What do you mean?
Like as it's, I just finger tightened the belt.
Yeah.
So the tension is not fully on the dowel properly. And now the tension is on, it's tensioning the chain, which is like cocked the pulley a bit.
Oh, I get you.
So I mean, ideally you probably should take the tensioner off.
Yeah. It's going to take 2 seconds to take it off, so you may as well.
Yeah. Because we have struck
so many issues so far.
Oh, and the radiator's out tonight. The radiator wasn't out last night, so I can pull the hose back. You had about 2 inches of movement before you had to go back down because the hose was in the way.
Fucking pray for me. Pray for me. Oh, we've got a light. Got one light.
I love how you're so scared to to strip the threads
I'm
again.
actually fucking shitting myself right now. It feels so tight.
That's what
she said. Like, that feels fucking tight. Like, why would you go any tighter than that? I don't like this.
What's it at now?
33.
Oh yeah, no, you were right. Just go to 40. It's only 7 more newton meters. 7 more foot-pounds.
Oh, yes! We did it!
Was that like one of the most stressful moments of your life?
Yes, it was.
Now keep in mind, guys, we had stripped the cam out last night, so I don't blame you for being very, very nervous.
I was nervous as fuck. But we're good. Okay, so this is literally a front cover on, set tappets, and we fucking on.
Oh mate, look at that brand new gasket.
I don't really trust this brand, so I'm probably gonna put some schmuck on it. But we shall do that, especially like the fucking state of the box has got all over it and shit. But that cam bolt is in!
And not stripped.
And not stripped, it's tight. Loves it.
How good is it, like, literally, as soon as this cover goes on, I can start it.
And there's taps accessory.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's actually quite a bit we need to do, bud. Radiator's not in.
Yeah, but I can start it without any of that.
I mean, yeah, I suppose you could, yeah.
Because that's all I want to do is start it, because I still don't know if the motor's fucked or not.
Well, we may as well get it all pretty much sorted, and then if it's not fucked when you start it, you can just jump straight into wearing in the cam, breaking in the cam.
True.
Because yeah, new cam, it's got to be broken in, so you're going to do like, what, few minutes at 2,000 RPM, or just under?
It's quite a long time. It's between 15 and 20 minutes. Everyone's got different ways of doing it, but most people say at $2,000, some people say that's too much, and when it's cold, you start it off at 1,500 and then slowly bring it up and etc. And
nah, just run it.
I'm just going to probably hold it at around 1,600 until it starts getting warm and then bring it up to $2,000.
The bottoms of this gasket were slightly too long, so I just trimmed them ever so slightly and pretty much perfect. But just to be safe, Mike chucked a bit of gunk in the 2 corners there, so we're definitely not going to have any leaks. Because, well, you hope so.
We shouldn't. We shouldn't do.
Might need your help with this potentially.
Nah, fuck you. What do you want?
This gasket here, when the cover goes on, it's trying to push it into the sump. So it comes off that ridge. I don't know how we're going to get around to that actually.
Yeah, just do that. Kind of like angle it on. Try and slightly lift it up a little bit and kind of like see if you can wiggle it on. Seems like that it's in place.
Still there?
Yeah, but it's not quite against, it's quite away from
okay.
where it needs to be though. Again, try and wiggle it. No, it's gone up again. We've had an absolute mission trying to get this front cover on, but we finally got there.
Yeah, it was sucking into this, like it's a lip on the front of the sump, and when you try to put the cover on, it was pushing that lip over the sump.
Yep, so we had to just, Mike undid all the nuts on the front of the sump here, and we just got a couple screwdrivers and like pried it down, and it seemed to work. So yeah, it's just all good to go. So now it's time to put the valve train and stuff on. Like, you're gonna put the crank bolt in?
Yeah, now I've just got a couple of more sun bolts to put back in and then should be all good. For your 13.
Yeah. Do you just want the socket?
Yeah, just on a ratchet.
I'm gonna set tappets now. Very enthusiastic about that.
You look tired.
So, alright. Why is it being such a comfort? Every fucking thing! Everything!
So Mike went to fire it up and it's just not starting. What did you just do?
Oh, I just want to make sure it's getting spark. I want to hold it against something while I crank it for a sec.
Alright, go. Yep, we got spark. What were you saying about everything being in the
Oh, actually. Every single thing.
Oh, I feel for you. So it's the next day on now, and this car was what was it? It was a bit of a nightmare last night.
Oh, it's just everything. Everything was fighting me, and everything was just a nightmare. And then yeah, got it to the point where I could start, and then I don't even know how I somehow got the dizzy out 180 degrees, but I don't know how that happened because I put it in there on the firing stroke, and I don't know. I'm thinking it's when I forgot to put this clamp on it, and I noticed that it had popped up. So I'm wondering if it actually got itself 180 out when I put it back in or something. I don't know.
But it runs now.
Yeah. So this morning it still wasn't like it still sounded like it was down a cylinder, and a mate of mine was saying because I went over everything again, reset tablets, rechecked the firing order, and it was still being weird. So I initially thought that it had actually bent a valve, and then he was like, oh fuck, look, it's, I told him that I did a big vac fire when it was 180 out, and he said, oh, I might have like got something stuck under the valve when it did that, and sure enough,
Like a bit of loose carbon.
yeah,
Build
so
up.
yeah, after that I put the jump back on it and tried again, and it started up straight away, and it ran mint. So we'll
Mint.
run it up now and see if it actually holds together.
Yep, it's got a break in the cam, so gonna make some noise.
20 whole minutes. And here we go. I think the starter mode is probably going to be a dip for a bit.
So now that it's running, how do you feel? You feel a bit better?
Not yet. Not till I drive it.
Nah, I think you're good. The only thing stopping you from driving it is the really shitty weather.
So the only thing that I'm concerned about now is I don't know, like without it sounds all good, but without driving it, I don't know if it's going to have any weird flat spots or anything. But it sounds like it revs pretty good.
So now I'm going to reset the tablets again because you're supposed to do them when they're hot. So you set them up cold just to get it running, and then you reset them again when they're hot. And then after I've done that, I'll see if I can borrow Dan's timing light and just check that it's bang on. And then we'll sync the carbs, and then that'll be it, I think.
But you will see that in the next video of this car. So that will be it for this one, guys. Cheers for watching. You know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow.